All right. Hi Kumar, is this your first class?
Madam, I heard your two classes. Just listening to the third class.
Great, great. That is
Yeah,
fine.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Okay, perfect. And Ranjan is also attending. I know him also. All right, let's continue. Yesterday we were discussing about sub languages, right, Arvind? Let's continue with that concept. Guys, if you have any doubts in between, you can just ask me. Okay. So as we discussed yesterday, there were 5 sub-languages in SQL, that is DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and DQL, right? So in each and every sub-language, we will having some commands, and let's try to understand. I mean, we already started understanding, or we already discussed about DDL commands, right? In that, we are done with create command, and in alter command, we are having 5 use cases. The first use case is that whenever we want to add any new column in the existing table, we will use alter, right? And the second use case is that whenever we want to even remove any column from the existing table also, we will use alter, which we already discussed yesterday. And the third use case is if we want to change the data type of any column also, we will use the alter, right? Till here we are done yesterday. First, as I said, we need to activate the database. So I guess simple is the one which we are using, right? So let me activate it. Use simple I'm writing, and we need to execute that. Our database got activated. In this, we are having employees table, and we are dealing with the alter command. We are done with 3 use cases. Now let's see what is the fourth use case. So fourth use case of alter is that even if we want, we can rename the column name. Okay. Suppose here I'm having employees table. In the employees table, I'm having 4 columns, right? Employee ID, employee name, salary, and date of joining. Suppose after creating any table, if I want to rename the column name, we will use alter command. Okay, let me write it here. Fourth use case is used to rename the column name from the existing table, right? So for example, I'm already having date of joining, right? Here towards the left side, we can see the column names. We know that. So suppose I will change the column name of date of joining. So now let's see what is the syntax first of all for renaming the column name. So what I need to write again, obviously, I need to write alter table, table name. First, I'm mentioning syntax. Next, we need to write keyword called as rename, and simply we will just after writing rename we need to mention we are renaming the column, and we need to mention maybe old column name to new column name. Okay, this will be the syntax. And example, alter table, employees is our table name, right? Rename keyword I need to use keyword column, that is I'm saying I want to rename the column. And what is the column name? Date of joining I'm having here already. I'll write date of joining to, maybe I'll give like this, short form of date of joining. I'm just renaming the column. Okay, alter table, table name, rename column, old column name to new column name. So I'll just select this and execute. It got executed successfully. Now let me just refresh here. We can see the change now. Now my column name got changed accordingly, right? This is how we will rename the column name from the existing table. Okay, so next we have fifth use case. We basically, as I said yesterday, we are having 5 use cases in alter command. Okay, and the fifth use case is that it is about the primary key. Actually, we are having one concept called as primary key. I didn't explain about this for you, right? So once we are done with sub languages, our next concept is primary key and foreign key. So when once we are done with that concept, we will get back to this, and we will try to understand this fifth use case. Okay, for now, I'm just leaving this like as it is. Okay, so basically what we did with the alter command, we are having 5 use cases. And whatever, after creating any table, if we want to make any changes inside the table, I mean, we want to make any changes to the structure of the table, we will use alter command, right? That is what we did. Fifth use case is about the primary key. I will discuss it later. Okay, so this is about the alter command, and the next command we are having is drop. Okay, create is done, alter is done. Next we will see drop and then truncate. Another command also we are having something called as rename, right? So now let's see about drop command. Obviously, why we will use drop command in the sense, use it to, if we want to remove any table from any database, if we want to remove any table completely from the database, then we will use drop command. Okay, so I can say use it to remove table from the database. Okay, let me use one more word, maybe like completely. If I want to remove table completely from the database, I will use drop command. Okay, so here I'm having only one table. Give me a second here. Let me quickly create another table with the same syntax. Maybe I'll give employees 1 as the table name, just to show you this drop command. I'm executing it. I'll insert the same data. Where is insert data? Right, I'm just inserting this. I'm executing once again. So let me refresh. Obviously, I got employees 1. Let's see that data quickly. Select star from employees 1. I got the same table once again, right? I just recreated the table with the name of employees 1, so that we can try to understand how we will use the drop command. Okay, so let me use drop command now. Drop table, this table name. The syntax is simple here. Drop command syntax. Drop table name. Okay, and example, I'll just use drop table and I'll write this table name. Okay, I'll just select this and I will execute. My it got executed successfully. If you can observe, employees 1 table is removed from this database. Suppose if I again execute this select star from employees 1, it will throw me error stating table doesn't exist, right? Because we use drop command. Whenever we are using drop command, we will remove the table completely from the database. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Great. Next, we are done with these 3 commands. Next command is truncate. Again, to show the truncate command, again, let me recreate the same table. Employees 1. I'm inserting the data again. I'm displaying the data. I got employees 1 table again, right? Now, let me explain you what is truncate command. Okay, basically what truncate will do in the sense, whenever we use truncate command, it deletes the complete data from the table, but the structure will remain same. First, let me write. Truncate command is used to delete, or I can say even remove, the complete data from the table, but structure will remain same. Okay, I'm saying it will remove the complete data from the table, but structure will remain same. Complete data in the sense, whatever data we inserted, that data will be removed. Okay, so structure in the sense, obviously the what we call column names which we define. So let's see. Syntax is simple again. Truncate table, table name. That's it. That is truncate table employees one. Okay, for the same table I'm using, I'm just executing this. It got executed. Now let me just try to select the data and let's see the output. Select star from employees one. We will get like this empty table. That means whenever I use truncate, the complete data will be removed, but the structure will remain same. Here structure in the sense, the date column names what we defined inside the table, and whenever we are defining the column names, we will define data types, right? That data types, going forward we will learn something called as keys, maybe primary key, foreign key. All those keys also we will define on the column name. That will also remain as it is. Okay, whenever we use truncate, that will be remain, only the data inside it will be removed. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Perfect. So this is about the truncate table, I mean truncate command. And maybe why truncate is useful in the sense, suppose in some scenarios, if we suppose imagine that in any table, if I wanted to change the data completely, but I want the same table, at that time instead of dropping the table, if we drop the table will be removed completely. Just now we saw that the complete table will be deleted. Instead of doing that, i if I face any scenarios that in the same table, I want the same table, but I just wanted to change the data, complete data, at that time instead of using drop command, if I drop the command, then what I need to do, again I need to create the table, and then again I need to insert the new data. Instead of that, if the I want the table structure as it is, if I just wanted to change the complete data, I will use truncate command, and directly I can insert the new data, right? Instead of doing two steps, with one step I can finish the work, right? That is the concept here. Next, we are having one more command in DDL, that is rename. Okay, so rename command. Here, rename is a command which is used to rename, or we can change, I can say rename the table name. Okay, whenever if I want to change my table name, I will use this rename command. Okay, so basically why we in alter command we have one use case, that is fourth use case. If we want to rename the column name inside alter command, we will use rename keyword, right? Here we are just renaming the column name. But suppose if you want to rename the entire table name, then we will use a rename command separately. Okay, so now let's see the syntax. Rename, I need to say table, and I will say maybe directly old table name to new table name, right? So rename table or table name, I'll change this employees one to maybe emp. Okay, I'm just changing the table name here, old table name, and just giving the new table name. That's it, very simple. I'm just selecting, executing. It got executed successfully. Now let me just refresh. Instead of employees one, I got employees table here, employees one is not there, right? So that is how we will use the rename command. And this is about DDL commands. I hope DDL is clear for everyone. Okay. Next, let's see what is DML commands. Okay. DML in the sense, as we saw yesterday, data manipulation language, right? Commands comes under DML are insert, update, and delete. Okay. These are the three commands which comes under DML. So we already know how to use the insert command. We already discussed, right? Obviously, insert command is used to insert the data into the table. So we already deal with it. I'm not repeating it once again. Okay. Now let's directly start with the update command. Right. So insert, update, and delete, right? So we are already done with the insert command. Let's see how we will work with the update command. Obviously, if we are seeing the command name itself, we will understand. Update in the sense, if we want to update anything inside the table, we will use the update command, right? So maybe let me just select star from employees. Let's display this data and let's try to change anything. Suppose here I'm having three rows of data. Okay. So in each row, maybe I'm having some salaries. Now imagine that suppose, usually why we will use update in the sense, if we realize that we did any mistake whenever we are entering the data, or else if the data got updated and if we want to change that data, we will use the update command, right? For example, from this employees table, here I wanted to change the salary of Sam to 52,000. This is my requirement. So basically, I want to change this data. I just got to know that maybe I inserted wrong data or else the salary got updated. The salary got changed. Now I want to update this value. Then I will use update command. Okay. So how we will use update command in the sense, first let me just write it here. Update. I will write directly table name, set condition. Actually, first let me write it directly. I'll just write update employees is my table name, right? Set. So here I'm saying that I want to change the salary of Sam uh, to 52,000, right? So I'll write it here like salary is equals to 52,000. Okay. Suppose if I execute this statement as it is, what happens in the output? Anyone? Any guesses? I just wrote update table name and I'm saying set salary is equals to 52,000. Suppose if I execute this as it is, whatever rows I have in this table, all the rows
It, it will affect all the rows in the table.
in
So
the
everyone
table.
will be 50,000.
Correct, correct. That is what
Three
I'm
people.
expecting. Right, perfect. So here, if I just execute as it is for each and every employee, the salary will become 52,000. Right, but that is not my requirement. What I said, I wanted to change for only Sam, that is employee ID 2. So in this situations, what we need to do, if we write like this, the complete data, here we are having only 3 rows, but we know in real time we'll have so many rows, we'll deal with big data. If we do like this, all our data will be, the complete data will be affected. So every time whenever we use update command, we need to use where clause. Okay, we are having one concept called as where clause in SQL, which is used to filter the data, I can say, by giving some conditions. Basically, inside the where clause conditions. Inside the where clause, where is one of the clause in the SQL. Whenever we are discussing about clauses and operators, we will discuss detailing and we will see many examples on where clause. But for now, try to understand whenever we want to give any conditions, we will write that condition inside the where clause. Okay, and here I'm saying that I want to update the salary of 52,000 of Sam, that is employee ID 2. So I will write where employee ID is equals to 2. We need to give this condition. This is one condition. So whenever SQL is executed, whenever we execute this, SQL will understand that we want to update this salary only for employee ID 2. Right? This is the condition. So let me just execute this. Here my it got executed. Let me show the data once again. Obviously I will get 52,000, right? Likewise, when the concept here is whenever we use update command and whenever we use delete command also, definitely we need to use where clause. Actually, here as I will execute this on the daily basis. I didn't got the I didn't got any error, but for the first time, once you installed and if you execute this one, you will get an error stating that. So you will get one error stating safe mode enabled. What that means, in MySQL, basically we have one setting called as safe mode. The concept here is previously, see, as we just saw, if I don't use where clause and if I execute this command, all the employee ID salary will become 52,000, right? So in real time also what's happening, if knowingly or unknowingly, if anyone use update command or delete command without where clause, the complete data is getting affected, right? At that time, again, they need to roll back the data or we need to do some process to get that back, I mean, to, solve that issue. For this reason, what MySQL did, they came up with one setting called as safe mode. Okay, by default it will be turned on in each and every systems, I can say. I already turned it off, that is the reason I can able to execute it normally. Whenever you are using the first time, it will just you will just get an error stating safe mode enabled kind of thing. Then you need to first turn it off, then you need to use. Whether you use where clause also, you will get that error. If you don't use where clause also, you will get that error, because they just MySQL planned in such a way that they are just alerting employees, they are just reminding you are using update command and delete command, just be careful. Okay, that is a concept here. Let me show you quickly how to, I mean, where we will have this safe mode option. Okay, basically in menu bar we will have edit. Yeah, in edit we'll have something called as preferences. We need to click on preferences. One window will be open. Here we will see something called as SQL editor. If we select this, we need to just drag it down. At the bottom we will have one option called as save updates. Okay, it rejects updates and deletes with no restrictions. This is one of the setting. By default it will be turned on. Okay, so as after you installed your MySQL in your system, by default it will be turned on, and that is the reason whenever you use for the first time, it will get, you will get the error. You should follow the same process. You need to go to edit, preferences, then this box will open. Then you need to click on SQL editor, scroll it down. Last option you can able to see, by default you can able to see like this. The box will be checked. You need to uncheck. You need to click on OK. Okay, let me just show you once. I'll just checking this box. I'm clicking on OK. And after that, whatever changes we will do here to, to affect that changes or to impact that changes in this database, we need to once click on reconnect to DBMS. Here we are having the last option in the toolbar called as reconnect to DBMS. We need to click that. Okay, then only whatever changes or whatever settings we will do, that will be affected. Okay, now let me just execute the same once again. It is just showing me the error saying, let me just copy this error. This is the error message we are having. You are using safe update mode and you tried to update a table without a where clause. Still, if you observe, I executed this one only. I executed a statement where I'm having a where clause, but still I got this error stating that you try to update a table without a where clause that uses a key column. And to disable safe mode, it is showing us the options also. Go to preferences, SQL editor, and reconnect to DBMS kind of thing. We need to follow this process. Okay, whatever I shown you, we need to do this, do that same. Now let me once again uncheck that one. Again, I'm going to edit, preferences, SQL editor. At the end, I'll have this option. I'll just turn it off. I'll click on OK. Then we need to again reconnect to DBMS. Okay, now I'll just try to execute this once again. It now I didn't got any error. It just executed successfully, right? This is the concept of safe mode enabled. Once if you just uncheck that box, then it won't be any problem. You can use normally. Okay, so now let me show you one. Let me give you one more example. So for the same employees table, I will say give every employee 10 percentage salary bonus and add that column in the table. Okay, this is my question or this is my requirement. I'm saying that we want to, we need to give every employee 10 percentage of salary bonus and add that column in the employee table. Maybe I'll write it as employee table. Employees is our table name, right? This is the concept. So actually we are having employees table now with this data, and our requirement is for every employee we need to add 10 percentage of salary bonus, and we don't have bonus column, so they are saying that add that column in the employees table. So how to do, how to deal with this? So first
Alter table
actually,
with the column name, alter table, table name, alter table employees, column, what you call as salary, and salary is equal to salary plus 10% of salary.
yeah, we need to write that particular condition over there, right? First
Condition.
let
Yeah,
me
yeah.
let me write and parallelly tell me. Okay, so first I'll do, we let me first use alter command here, because we didn't even have bonus column. We want to add the bonus column, right? So maybe I will use alter table. Table name is employees, right? Here what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to add a new column. So obviously I will use a keyword called as add. And what is the column name which I wanted to add? That is, I want to give the column name as bonus. Okay. And I need to give the data type here. Maybe I'll give float. Okay. So first what I'm doing in the first step, I'm just trying to add the column name here, and then I will just try to give this condition in the next step. Okay, I'm just executing this. It got executed. Now let's see. Select star from employees. We got only the column name now, and our requirement is that we need to give every employee 10% of salary bonus. That means in this bonus column, I need to enter the value that I wanted to give 10% of salary bonus to every employee. So let me use the update command here, and I will update the data into that bonus, what do you call, bonus column. So I'll write it as update employees. So now what I need to write here, I want to add this condition into this bonus column. So first I will write bonus, set bonus is equals to, I am saying I want to give 10% of salary bonus for every employee. So first just let me write the condition here, set 10% of salary bonus. That means I will give directly it as maybe 0.1 into salary, right? We can write like this so that it will give the 10% of salary, right, into the bonus column. This is the condition here. But now, do I need to use where clause? No need of using, right? Because for every employee we need the same condition.
For
We
every
need
employee,
this.
so there is no need of where class.
Sorry.
It is for every employee, so no
Yeah,
where
yeah.
class is not.
Perfect. That is the concept here. Actually, that is the reason why I'm showing you this example for you. Okay, if required, it doesn't mean that for each and every time whenever we are using update, we need to use where clause. Without using where clause, also we can write update command. But at that time, that condition should be same for each and every data available in that table, right? Here I'm just adding or giving the same condition, 10% of salary to each and every employee, the same condition. So without using where clause also, I can just use the update command, right? That is a concept here. I just executed, and let's let me just display the data once again. Select salary from employees. I'm just executing this. See, now I got 10%. Of course, as it is 10%, we know from 50,000 we'll get 5,000, right? So we got correct bonus. Along with the bonus column, we also updated the data here accordingly, right? This is how we will work. I hope I'm clear. So this is about the update command. Okay. Next, let's see about the delete command. Of course, we are discussing DML commands. In DML, we have insert, update, and delete. We are done with insert command and update command. Next, we have delete command, right? Here, obviously, the concept is simple. Why we will use a delete command in the sense, if we want to delete any data from the table, I can say if I want to delete any particular row, delete command is used to delete any particular row from the table. Okay. So let me once again remind you what is the difference between drop, truncate, and delete. We already discussed about drop command and truncate command. Now we are just trying to understand about delete command. But what is the difference between drop command, truncate command, and delete command is one of the important interview questions. Okay, we need to explain what we are doing or what it is happening whenever we are using each and every command. What is happening actually whenever we use drop command, that complete table will be removed from the database. Whenever we use truncate command, just the data inside the table will be removed, but the structure will remain as it is. Delete command will just remove or we will delete any particular row accordingly, right? That is the concept here. So now let's see once the syntax of delete. As I said, it is just used to remove any particular row from the table, right? So maybe here I'm already having the output. Maybe now I wanted to remove the last column, last row. Okay, so let me write the syntax here. Delete from table name. Okay, and then we need to write what we want to delete. Okay, obviously here also we will use where clause, and we inside the where clause we will write any condition or any value which we want to delete. Suppose here I'm saying that I want to delete. I maybe I realized I entered the wrong data, or else maybe for some reasons I wanted to remove this last row. Then what I will do, I will write delete from table name, that is employees, where I will say employee ID is equals to 3, right? Employee ID is equals to 3. Obviously, I'm just using this uh, condition here where employee ID is equals to 3. I want to delete that particular row. Let me just select this and execute. It got executed successfully. Now, once again, let me just select star from employees. Now I can get able to get only 2 rows, right? This is how we will use delete command. Delete is basically whenever we want to remove any particular row, then we will use delete command. But inside the delete command, we need to give where clause. Here, where clause is used to, give any conditions. I can say accordingly, whatever condition I mentioned. Here, I mentioned employee ID is equals to 3. So it will just check that condition. Wherever my employee ID is 3, that complete row, it will be deleted, right? And we have one a concept called as where clause works in row level. Everything detailedly we will discuss in our clauses concept. Okay, I hope till here is everything clear for you. This is about the delete command, and we are done with 2 sub languages. I hope it is clear, right? Perfect. So next we are having DCL and TCL. Let's try to understand them also. Basically, DCL in the sense data control language. Okay, so DCL and TCL are two such sub languages which are used by admin people. Okay, we know that in each and every domain we will have developers and administrators. Here also for SQL we'll have developers and administrators. So SQL admins will use this DCL and TCL commands. So let's just try to understand for knowledge purpose what are all the commands are having inside this inside the sub languages and what that means. Let's try to see. Okay, so the commands comes under DCL are grant and revoke. So what is grant command in the sense? Basically, grant command is used to give the access privileges to any users. So before telling that, let me tell you, suppose we are having DML commands, right? The commands comes under DML are insert, update and delete. Sometimes what it happens for each and every employee in the company, we know that SQL is used in everywhere, not only SQL developers in most of the domains. Of course, in maybe 90% of the job roles, SQL will be used, right? So sometimes what it happens for all the employees, they won't have permissions of specially DML commands. Okay, DML in the sense data manipulation language, that is insert, update and delete. Okay, Especially update command and delete command privileges or access, I can say, they, I mean, all the employees are not supposed to use this, commands. Okay, in every company, let's just understand that I'm working in one project, and I don't have permissions to access this update command or delete command. But somehow, I mean, whenever I'm working, I wanted to use these commands. At that time, what I will do, I'll just ask my admin people to give the permissions to, so that I can access this update command on particular table. Okay, this is what happens. I think you already familiar with that, right? At that time, what admin people will do, they will just grant us, or they will just give us the permissions to me. Especially if suppose I'm asking the request, they will give me the permission to use this update command. Okay, so for giving that kind of thing, that permissions or access privileges, we will call it as technically, they will use this grant command. Okay, let's see. So what I'm saying, grant command is, first of all, these two commands are used by, exactly, Arvind, that is, of course you're right. Read and write access everyone don't have. Obviously someone will have only read access. If we want to write access, we will ask them, right? Of course, it is almost the same concept. Okay, so here especially, whenever we are dealing with the commands, every employee don't have all the access on the commands, that is update command especially and delete command, right? Because these two commands are very powerful in SQL, we can say. If we did any mistakes, our complete data or complete databases will be affected, right? That is the reason they won't give especially DML access for everyone. Okay, so every time we need to, if needed, okay, not SQL developers, for any other employees, for any other, maybe in another domains, if needed, according to the project, according to the company, it will be again. If they don't have the permission, at what time they will get to know, in the sense, suppose I'm working in one project, I thought to use update command. Whenever I'm using update command, I can able to see one error stating access privileges denied, access privileges denied kind of thing. At that time, I need to understand I don't have access privileges to use this update command. At that time, I'll raise a ticket, or I'll ask my admin team to give that access for update command. Okay, whenever they are giving me permission, they will use this grant command. I hope I'm clear. So what I'm saying here, grant basically here used by administrators, right? So grant command, why they will use grant command, in the sense, use it to give or assign. We will call this term as privileges actually, or permissions also we can call it as. Let me just write it in comments. Grant command is used to give or assign any privileges to any user, I can say, right? Here user in the sense we. Okay, suppose I'm saying that I don't have, if I just try to use update command, I got this error, access privileges denied, then I will ask admin team to give the permission, then he will use the grant command. And what is the syntax of using grant command, in the sense, the syntax will be simple. They will just write it as grant privilege name on object name to user. Okay, here privilege name, in the sense, what is the command which we are getting the error. Suppose update. Okay, I'm unable to use the update command. I raise the request to give the permission on update command. So privilege name will become my update. On object name, in the sense, in what table particularly I'm facing that issue. Okay, objects. What are all the objects of SQL? We already discussed yesterday. SQL objects in the sense, obviously, tables, views, store procedures, all these things comes under SQL objects only. So here, suppose if I am facing issue with this table, I need to mention them in, in which kind of table I'm facing the issue. Then they will use that object name here. Okay, so suppose employees to maybe Divya, like this, that the username they will use. Okay, this is the syntax which they will use. If they execute this, they can able to give the, I mean, I will get the access. Then whenever it is done, whenever if I use update command, I can able to use the update command. I hope I'm clear. This will be done by admin people only, just for knowledge purpose. I'm just explaining you. Okay, great. Next we have a revoke command. Revoke command is exactly opposite to the grant command. After giving permissions, if they want to take back the permissions, they will use the revoke command. Use it to take back permissions or privileges from user. Okay, suppose the same thing, let me write syntax also. The syntax will be like revoke privilege name on object name from user. Okay, suppose I requested to use update command, they granted me permission, I used it, and then after my work is done, I will inform to them, or else, at some point of time, if they wanted to take back the permission, they will use this revoke command. Revoke privilege name, again update name on table name employees from user. Okay, this is the syntax. Once they execute this, again I cannot use update command. Basically, if I use update command, again I will face the same error. Okay, I hope I'm clear. This is about DCL commands. Okay, DCL is also done. Next, we are left over with only TCL and DQL. Let's finish it off today. And actually, as I said yesterday, we need to, as I said, this is an add-on batch. Okay, I am going to add this, this batch, or add you people in from Monday at, in the 7 o'clock batch. We already discussed this, right? So I really wanted to finish the concepts today and tomorrow. For that reason, tomorrow is Saturday, of course, I know, but I wanted to take class tomorrow also. Is that okay for you? Great, Arvind. So please, let's connect
Yeah,
tomorrow
it is
also.
fine. It is fine.
Yeah, that's great,
Please let
Kumar.
me know what time is it.
The same timing and the same link. We will connect at same 6 p.m. with the same link. Okay, just use the same.
Okay, can you please share notes as well? No? We need to go
Uh,
through it. Yesterday's and today's notes.
Definitely, I'll share. Actually, you need to
I
wait.
already paid the fees as well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know. You both are paid you already paid the fees. But on Monday we can able to give the access. Actually, we will give the same 7 o'clock access to you people. Please wait till Monday if you don't mind. Or else, I will ask admin people to give the access to whoever paid. For you, I will just ask them. I'll request them to give the access tomorrow. But I'm not sure. If possible, they will give. Or else on Monday you will get definitely. Okay. So
Okay,
once
thanks. Noted.
yeah, great. One second, Arvind. Today I will from next day he will join the class. He's going through your previous videos. He's working as a Azure data. Thank you so much, Arvind. That really means to me. I mean, that is a good compliment. If that is so, that will be great. As you know, from Monday we will just convert this batch. Actually, as you're saying, he's already going through the previous videos. That would be great. If possible, just ask him to attend tomorrow's class, or else it is also fine if he watch the videos. Okay, sure. Thank you. So yeah. We were just left over with primary key and foreign key concepts, and we need to cover clauses and operators also. Clauses and operators, I didn't finish in that batch completely, but we need to finish a little bit of concepts regarding that concept also. Okay, so if you are okay, tomorrow let's connect at 6 p.m. And I mean, if you are okay, tomorrow 7 o'clock batch I'm not taking. Let's just continue maybe up to 7:30 if that is fine. I'll just try to finish it off quickly. Whenever we finish, we can just end the session. And from Monday, so that I can just balance you both, and I will just continue with them if it is okay. I know it is Saturday, and I'm asking you on Saturday's evening 1.5 hour. Is that okay for both of you?
Yeah, it's okay for me.
Great. All right. So let's just finish this remaining two commands now. And the concept is that if we will just finish it tomorrow as much as we can, Sunday won't be class. From Monday directly, I will take only one batch, that is from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Don't feel that I'm rushing. I'm just trying to explain very slowly only. If you can, if you have any issues, or if you have any doubts, you can ask me. No problem. Okay.
No issues, no issues. Carry on.
Great, Kumar. Great. Thank you.
Already I gone through this table some 10 years ago. Right now I'm
Yes,
brushing
of
up.
course. That is the reason we don't face any issues actually. Every batch we will get like the students only. Almost they already will familiar with the basic concepts. They will just look forward for the advanced concepts, right? So that is the reason it will be easy for me to cover maybe in 2 or 3 days these concepts. If any student is completely new, sometimes they will also come. If anyone, especially into data analytics nowadays, non-IT graduates are also looking forward, right? For them it will be a little bit a difficult task for me, but for you people now I'm okay, right? So let's just finish. We are just left over with TCL and DQL. So DQL is nothing but obviously data query language, right? And select command comes under DQL. We already know how we will deal with select command, so I'm not repeating. We are just left over with TCL commands, that is transactional control language. Okay, so transactional control language. If actually I won't hurry up, I'll just try to finish tomorrow. If we are unable to do, if we let's decide then and there only till 6 to 7 how much we can complete, we will complete according to the topics. If needed on Monday also, I will take 6 o'clock for you, like but you need to continue 7 o'clock, like that. It's up to your wish. Let's see, let's
No
discuss
issue, no
tomorrow only.
issue. No issue. You can carry on.
Okay.
But please share the recordings now. I got 1, 2, 3 recordings. Today
Okay.
recording, and you can share
uh,
that as well to
sure.
my.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. They will actually send you the concept is that once we club the batches, they will give the direct access of 7 o'clock batch. So you can watch the videos and you can watch the notes, whatever there. Okay. I know you guys are already made the payment. I got the list. So I'll ask them to do that tomorrow only. Okay. If it is so, you can get the access, but I cannot really promise you. Let's see what they will do. Okay. Maximum I'll make it happen tomorrow. Let's see.
Okay, okay. Not an issue. Not an issue.
Okay. Great. Or else by if it not happen Monday morning, obviously you will get. Just try to you will get a mail, of course you will get a drive link. Okay, Google Drive link. You need to just open that folder, then you can able to see everything. Okay, the notes and the videos. All right, TCL commands.
Thank
What
you.
are all the
Thank
TCL? Yeah. What are all the TCL commands we will have in the sense? Commit, rollback, and save point. Okay, these three commands comes under TCL, that is commit, rollback, and save point. Let's see. Obviously, what is commit in the sense? It is used to save data permanently in the database. So commit command is used to save the data permanently in the database. As you might already know, previously whenever you were using with you know, or Oracle, or whenever we are using with SQL Server, at that time we need to use commit command. After maybe whenever we inserted any data, after inserting, at the end we used to give commit command like this. The syntax will be simple: only commit. I need to select, I need to execute. Then only that data, whatever data we inserted, that used to store in the database permanently. But this is not the concept in MySQL. Without using commit also, this here in MySQL everything is auto commit only. No need of using commit command here. But just to understand, as we have this command in TCL, I'm explaining. As you already saw, after writing any insert command, I didn't use commit so far, right? Everything is auto commit here. But usually commit is used to save data permanently in the database. That is the concept, right? The syntax is simple: only after writing everything we need to use commit and we need to execute. Then at that time data will be saved permanently. Okay, next we are having two more commands called as rollback and save point. Okay, so these two commands are interrelated to each other. Again, this TCL commands are also used by administrators. Let's try to understand how these two commands will work. Suppose if needed, whenever I'm doing some transactions, or whenever I'm writing any kind of data, if I wanted to save that data, save point in the sense, use it to save any data temporarily in the database. Actually, temporarily I can say, if I wanted to save the data temporarily, I will use the save point as a command. Okay, so that, let me give you one example. Suppose I'm writing some code here. So after writing this code, I can use save point. And the syntax of writing save point is simple: save point name. Maybe I'll give it as S1. Then I will write some more code here, something like this. Then maybe I will give one more, I will use one more save point. So that here what's happening, I'm just trying to save this data temporarily. Okay. So if I if I realize that I did some mistake in this, okay, suppose here I did some mistake in this code, I did some mistake, or this transaction is completely wrong. So at that time what I can do, I'll just use rollback to undo my data. You know what undo is, right? In normal languages we will just you know uh, undo it if we did anything wrong. The same thing comes with the rollback in the sense, if we want, we can just roll back our transactions or roll back our data to the original point, I can say. So basically the save point and rollback are used, are the two commands which are interlinked with each other. We can use those two together. Suppose here I did any mistake, and what I can do for this, if at that time only, if I'm not sure whatever I'm writing, suppose to use this rollback only, maybe I will use this save point. Whatever, suppose here I used save point, so this data will be just saved temporarily in this save point name called as S2. Then I realize that I don't want this particular data, or I don't want this transaction, so I can just directly roll back by using like this. The syntax will be rollback to S1. That means whatever I wrote here after S1, whatever I wrote, that will become a undo kind of thing. My data will be stored up to here only. We're just trying to do rollback if we are if needed. Okay, so let me write the definition of rollback also, then you can understand. Maybe I will write it as user to, rollback is user to get the data or restore the data. Maybe restore the data to the last save point. Or else I can say to the last committed state. Okay. So mostly administrators will use this if they find anything, if we did any mistake, they if they wanted to get the data back, they will use this rollback. At that time, when previously what it used to happen, it is not auto commit, right, MySQL. So at that time we need to use commit, and if we did any mistake, they used to just write it as rollback to commit. Instead of writing this rollback to save point, they used to write rollback to commit. At that particular point, it used to roll back. Here we will use, or else we will use save point and rollback together, so that to that particular save points we will just roll back our data. I hope I'm clear. This is just for knowledge purpose and I'm explaining. We mostly don't
Madam,
use this.
these also can be used like this when doing a change. Before the change, the DB people will take the save point. After the change is successful, then if not wrong, they will also roll back to point, roll back to S1.
Roll back to that
Yeah,
particular save point. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that is the
Until then,
concept here.
first when doing the change, they will be doing save point of the Oracle database or whatever the database.
Perfect,
Because I
perfect.
am in the real time, they do these things regularly
Yeah,
every
correct,
week.
correct. Administrators will do this thing regularly. Whatever save points, they will just collect it, and they will just try to roll back it if there is anything wrong, right? If they want to get back that previous data, they will do this. Okay. And we SQL developers don't usually do this, but just for knowledge purpose, we need to understand what is happening, right? What is save point, what is rollback, and what is comment. So that is the reason we are discussing TCL commands also. So with this, we are done with sub languages. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Great. Okay. Uh, 7:05, right? So actually, I already said to 7 o'clock batch students that I'll be late. I'll join late for 10 to 15 minutes. But we are done this concept in between. Next, we need to cover primary key or foreign key. And clauses and operators. Two concepts are left over. I hope you know about primary key also, right? Let me just open the file.
Yeah, I know about the primary and foreign key. I already
Yeah,
work,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I am
I know, I
brushing
know,
up.
I know, I know. These are all concepts you're almost familiar, but let's try to understand what is primary key. Let's see tomorrow what is primary key and the remaining concepts. Okay. Obviously, primary key is nothing but here. Just now we used employees table, right? In employees table, we used employee ID, employee name. Let's suppose salary. Three columns are there, and we entered some data, right? So for example, employee ID column. So in every table, we will have at least one column that in that column we are not supposed to enter any null values or duplicate values. Composition key as I'm from interview perspective. Sure, I'll do that, Arvind. Whatever like this, whoever ask any other keys, I'll definitely try to explain in between. Okay, or else till the interview questions, we will just cover these things. Okay, no problem. Composite key, and we'll have candidate key. We'll discuss all these keys, maybe default key, null key, somewhere throughout the course. No worries. Okay. All right. So obviously primary key in the sense, whenever we declare primary key on any column, on that column we are, primary key helps us not to, I mean, when in that column we are not supposed to enter null values and duplicate values. Suppose in employees table, we know in employee id will be unique for, I mean, the employee id will be unique, right? Each and every employee will have their own unique employee id, correct? So here, if previously we just created one employees table, but I didn't entered any primary key, we didn't define any primary key here. Here what happens, when if I execute the same data once again, it will just allow me. I'm already having employee id 1 and employee id 2. If I insert once again the same data, it will allow. But usually it should not be like that. Our employee id should be unique, right? So for that reason, what we will do, we will define primary key in employee id column, so that if we are trying to enter, if anyone is trying to enter the duplicate data, null values in the sense, we cannot keep that data as empty, right? So in that situations, if anyone is trying to enter, it will throw us the error, correct? So that is a concept. If we define primary key in any column, it will not allow, primary key will not allow null values and duplicate values, right, on that particular column. Okay. No worries. Let's continue tomorrow. I'll just show you this syntax also detailing. I don't want to hurry up. Let's see. Tomorrow let's connect and let's start from understanding about primary key, foreign key, and immediately after those two, here tomorrow I will cover only two keys. After that we will see the clauses and operators concept. Whatever keys are left over in between, we will cover in some place. Okay.
Okay, not
All,
a not a issue.
all right. All right, guys. Okay, then let's meet. Please use the same link and let's connect at 6 o'clock. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.